everybody. It's day 1 of grammar, so what does that mean? Time to go to our PowerPoint. Make sure you have a whiteboard marker, and a pencil and a piece of paper. Let's get started.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. So a suffix is a group of letters that are added to the end of a word. The letters change the meaning of the word. Can you whisper to somebody in your house or out loud to yourself what a suffix is? For example, we have the word beauty. That's a root word, what we start with. And then we add the suffix full. And then together it means beautiful. So we have to think, what does beauty mean? And then we're going to ask, what does beautiful mean? And then how did the suffix change the meaning? So beauty is when you look your best, you're made up. And full, beautiful, is when you are describing somebody who looks their top to bottom, full of beauty. The suffix full means filled with. We just talked about that. Full means filled with. So that means beauty plus full equals beautiful, filled with beauty. If full means filled with, what do each of these words mean? Graceful, colorful, thoughtful? Think about it. Full of grace, full of color, full of thought. Another suffix I want to talk about is less. So if we have the root word home, we add it to the word less, then the new word becomes homeless. Again, what does home mean? What does homeless mean? And then how did that suffix change the meaning? So if the word less means without, if I add it to the word home, that means without a home, without home. The suffix less means without. So it changes home to homeless, homeless meaning without home. Let's try these 3 words with the suffix less, wireless. So if it's less meaning without, then we are without the wire part, yeah. If there's something is hairless, like a hairless cat, the cat has no hair. And if you're fearless, you are not full of fear, you have less fear. You are without fear. All right, for this suffix, we have er, so garden, gardener. What does garden mean? What does gardener mean? Now, I know garden means an area where there's plants growing. And then when we add gardener means somebody who's planting those plants. Let's hit the next slide. So if we have and then we add it to gardener, it's one who gardens. So the suffix er or or means one who. So if we have a driver, that means somebody who drives. A teacher is somebody who teaches. And a writer is somebody, say it out loud, who, if you said writes, you are correct. The next suffix that we're going to talk about is ly. So if we have the root word quiet, we add the ending ly. The new word is quietly. So what does quiet mean? When there's no sound, right? What does quietly mean? When you say something quietly, you say it very softly. So ly means in a way that is. So if I have quiet and quietly means in a way that is quiet. Let's practice these 3 words. Seriously. If I am doing something seriously, I am doing it in a way of being serious. Poorly. If I'm doing something poorly, I am doing it in a way that is not good. Poorly. Bad. Loudly. If I'm doing something loudly, I'm doing something that way is loud. So now use suffixes and root words to make a word for each definition. So this is when you're going to get your dry erase board and your dry erase board marker. You are going to grab your paper or your pencil, and we are going to practice. I just have to erase my whiteboard, sorry. All right, so the first one says without harm. So we are again adding the word or the suffix to the word's end. So without harm, I'm not writing without, I'm writing the word harm. And then we have to figure out what goes at the end. Okay? So remember, when we talk about our suffixes, the word less means without. So without harm is harmless. The next word says one who reads. If I think back, because remember, our suffixes, we have less, ly, er or or, and then full. Those are the 4 that we're going to focus on, okay? So we have to figure out which 4 go along with these words. So if it is one who reads, is it read less, readly, read full, or reader? One who reads is a reader. Good. Moving on to the next word, in a way that is sweet. If you are doing something in a way that is sweet, is that sweet less, sweetly, sweet full, or sweeter? All right, let's think about that. If you said sweetly, you are correct. And then filled with care. Which suffix means full of? If you said full, that is correct. So filled with care turns into careful. And that's it for the PowerPoint.